On today's show, we're going to be talking about whether Solo is a bust or the end of Star Wars as we know it.
Strap yourselves in. I'm going to make the jump to light speed.
So here at the Unknown Regions podcast, we're going to be talking about all kinds of different Star Wars things. So if you want to continue following us through our Star Wars discussions, like and subscribe to our channel, and make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can be reminded every time we post one of our Star Wars videos. Or possibly something else that you might like on the channel, whether it's sports or even possibly a little bit of trivia. Plus, speaking of which, the movie draft series will continue in probably another month, but right now we're taking a break from it since we have so much other content coming to you that we haven't had a lot of time to bring another one of those for you. So in the meantime, go ahead and check out our top Star Wars movies, and I can guarantee you that for most of the people on our group, that Solo will be ranking towards the bottom of that new list when we have a new draft coming up in the future. Well, anyways, I actually finally went out there and saw Solo. Yes, I know, I'm a little bit behind the curve, but as many fans have gone out there and avoided going and seeing the movie, I have done the same. I waited until just recently to go out and see the movie because I wanted to take my brother for his birthday. Thank you, Clark, for accompanying me in watching that movie. Both me and him, after seeing the movie, both agreed about the same things, is that there was a lot of nostalgia pops. It was really good for the eyes. It was a great visual movie. Don't get me wrong, I didn't think that the actor did a bad job either, or any of the actors for that fact. It just comes down to the rudimentary fact that are you making these movies for people who have never seen Star Wars before, or are you making it for the general fan that understands Star Wars already? Because yes, there was some nostalgia nods, and I understand what Eli was explaining to me about this movie going on forward, is that there was just so much of a, look, they did the Kessel Run. Look, there's Sabak. Look, there's the Empire. Look. And spoiler alert, we're going to go ahead and ruin something for you right now. If you haven't seen the movie, turn it off right now because we're going to say it in 3, 2, 1. Maul. Yeah, it's just a bunch of moments. You're literally just stuck in awe the entire time. Well, and it's not necessarily a good thing for once. It's not like awestruck, but more like, why did they keep doing this same joke over and over and over again? Or why did they do this at all? Pardon me, and when I first heard about the Han Solo movie coming out, I wanted to start reporting about Star Wars about then. And I actually stopped my process when Force Awakens... the divisiveness of Force Awakens at about 3 months after, I wanted to jump on and say, hey guys, calm down, we're getting more Star Wars movies. If you guys complain now, we may not get all these Star Wars movies. Then, Rogue One came out, and I was actually genuinely excited about Star Wars, 110%, hoping that fact that we were going to go out there and see, another huge, successful Star Wars movie right after Rogue One. And they gave us Last Jedi, which upset about everyone, including myself. And it's not simply that the story wasn't good. It was the pacing of the movie altogether as a whole. The plot points didn't make sense to an extent. And yeah, I understand that everybody says that, Empire Strikes Back was just a chase movie. But this is literally the same chase the entire time. They chase him off of Hoth. They go through an asteroid belt, and it's Han making great flying decisions, not just trying to outrun an Imperial Star Cruiser, just like they did in A New Hope. It was like Leia is just taking off and flying as fast as she can in her blockade runner all over again, but instead of Darth Vader, it's Snoke and Kylo Ren chasing him down this time. They said that they were trying to get away from the repetitive themes, but yet they played right into the repetitive themes anyways, and Rian Johnson thought that he was being so clever with this, but it might have lost him his job. and Kathleen Kennedy her job for putting so much trust inside of them. So we'll see as they go into the next movies. But I would like to hear your thoughts below. What do you think they should do next with Lucasfilm? Do you think they should continue with the movies? Should they move to a 2-year format, 2-movie-a-year format, like they were saying they were going to push towards, or even go back to 1 movie every 2 years, which actually wouldn't be so bad. But at the same time, I'm happy with the 1 movie a year. I just wish they would give it more story depth and stop trying to shove so many things into 1 movie. I thought that this might, like, if they were going to do a 3-part Han Solo series or a 2-part Han Solo series like it's set up for, wouldn't you think that you would save some of that story plot for the 2nd movie? Because now they just set it up for it to be Maul and Han Solo running into each other just because they can. But Han says I've flown from one out into the galaxy to the other, and I've never seen anything that would make me think that there's any all-controlling powerful force that can control everything. You know, like, why would he say that in the movie if they were going to just go ahead and go back on all of that right afterwards? And sorry for all of you people out there that think that Kyra is Maul's, or Claire, Kyra? Sorry, Kyra is going to be Rey's mom. Whoever came up with this theory, congratulations to you for getting clickbait of the month, my friend. Because honestly, that is the dumbest theory I've ever heard of. But it was Super Carlin Brothers, I think, that covered it first. And I got a lot of respect for them when it comes to Harry Potter and Pixar. But right now, when it comes to Star Wars, I wish they would just leave that up to the Star Wars professionals. And speaking of that, next week here on the Star Wars show, or the Unknown Regions podcast, I think I'm going to go over a couple of people on YouTube that you should check out. That if you like how this podcast goes and just talking Star Wars with me, you can go ahead and follow them too. Trust me, if you guys don't only watch me once a week and you watch them, the other guys, during the rest of the week, that's great for all of us, because honestly, I can't cover Star Wars every day because I do sports now, and I also handle the Trivia Underground League too, where I'm now full-time commissioner of the Underground League, so it takes a little bit more time off of my plate. Now, if you guys like seeing these videos though, and you want to help support the channel, we do have Patreon. There are some Rebels reviews and stuff that, you know, weren't able to go all the way up on here on YouTube, and eventually all that stuff, the old Star Wars content that we have here on YouTube, is going to get removed and put on Patreon, because we never got advertisement for those, so they don't get to stay up they get to stay up for a year and that's it. Advertisement-spaced videos could stay up a little bit longer, but it's all worked out between the advertising and how that goes later on. But that's a business all to itself. I get to talk about Star Wars with all of you guys just because I enjoy Star Wars. I've been watching since I was, basically since I can remember. I've always been watching Star Wars. My grandpa had it on a VHS tape, so for anybody younger than myself, basically, that never got to see VHS tapes or never used VHS, I'm sorry that you never had to sit through rewinding the Star Wars movies and waiting in the anticipation of getting to see the lightsaber fights and the blaster fire and all that over and over again through rewinding and playing and rewinding and playing the same way that most people got to with VHS. And I know that everybody who's older who's watching this is probably laughing at me right now. And you're like, you're too young to really remember VHS. Well, I do. I had the VHS Star Wars tapes, the special editions, the remastered versions, the THX colored, so it was the blue. I think it was purple, blue, and red. The burgundy red was the colors for Jedi, Empire, and A New Hope on there, and I just would watch those. And then I got the special editions when George Lucas released them too on tape as well. And now I have all the digitally remastered versions on Blu-ray, and I just, yeah, my wife loves me. We'll just say that. Well, anyways, taking up enough of your time talking about Star Wars. If you guys have any speculation or theories that you want to see, hit me up in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. May the Force be with you, always.
Strap yourselves in. I'm going to make a jump to light speed.